This is the pig I've been sleeping with.
That's a duck.
I wasn't talking to you.
Do you know there's actually a test to find out if your friends actually like you?
What's the test?
So recently, psychologists did a study and they found that on average, 50% of your friends actually hate you and they don't like you at all. But there's a test to find out which of your friends hate you. So what you have to do is text any of your friends 3 words: friends, friends, friends. And what this will do is when they receive it, it'll leave an impression in their mind. And then you send another text to them and ask them pick a number between 1 and 10.
I pick a number between 1 and 10. That's so random.
Okay, so depending on the number they send you, they don't even know this is happening, but psychologically, they're actually rating your friendship on a scale of 1 to 10. It's a psychological technique that psychologists use. So if they text you a number below 7, that means they really don't like you and you probably shouldn't be their friend. But if they give you a number closer to 10, that means they really value your friendship. And hypothetically, this is supposed to be a good way to figure out who your friends are.
So when you cross the railway line, be very careful. Okay, looks okay that way, and looks okay this way, and then I'll carefully just walk across here. Keep on looking at my phone is not a good idea.
You wouldn't tell an anorexic person to continue to not eat, would you? If an anorexic woman, when you're a nurse, would you tell them, a person who had a mental illness, would you tell them to continue not to eat? Or would you tell a bulimic person to continue to throw up?
No.
Okay, so why would you tell a person with gender dysphoria they were born in the wrong body? It's a mental health issue. You don't solve it by cutting off your breasts. Sorry.
My favorite expression in English is the one that says, never bite the hand of the one that fingers you, something like that.
Donald Trump was treated like royalty. Did you see how Saudi Arabia rolled out the purple carpet? A Saudi fighter jet escorted Air Force One. Even the Saudi crown prince greeted him on the tarmac, completely breaking protocol, showing deep respect. They gave him a 21-gun salute honoring his arrival, and the color purple signifies royalty in the Saudi culture. He was awarded the collar of Abdulaziz Al Saud. I'm so sorry if I butchered that name, but this is the highest honor in the kingdom. This signals that the crown prince sees Donald Trump as an equal and a key ally. And hey, even Elon Musk was there. Trump secured a $600 billion investment with Saudi Arabia. After that, Trump has a spectacular speech, puts an end to sanctions in Syria, and brings the whole house down. Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing a presidency that will be in the history books for as long as this nation is alive. So I think it's safe to say that Trump had a monumentally successful trip to Saudi Arabia. This man is making moves beyond our wildest dreams. And I don't know about you, but I am so ready to see what happens next.
Here's some things the Irish say different to Americans. Obviously, we're right and you're wrong, so please listen and educate yourself. So first of all, what is this activity called? It's horse riding, not horseback riding. Obviously, you're going to sit on its fucking back. Where else would you sit? Why do you need to specify this? This is highly worrying. Next question, what is this a tin of? Americans would say tuna fish. This is highly incorrect. It's pronounced tuna. Everybody knows that a T followed by a U is pronounced ch. This is basic fucking English, guys. We got invaded first, listen to us. Also, why do you need to say tuna fish? There's no other animal called a tuna, I believe. There's no tuna kangaroo or anything like that, don't worry. Why do I keep hearing Americans call these eyeglasses? Where else have people been trying to put them? It's pronounced glasses. They will not function correctly on any other part of the body. This is a footpath, not a sidewalk. It's a path for your feet. A sidewalk. What if I don't want to walk? What if I'd prefer to have a little stand? I'm not going to get told what to do by some fucking path, you cunt. Also, we use the same word for this, but I think we pronounce it a little bit cuter. So Americans would say a film, and in Ireland we say film. You just add a cheeky little silent U, film. Makes it sound fucking stronger. Hopefully you've enjoyed this webinar and follow me, I'm delicious.
Bro, what did Pope Leo just do to the world? This weekend, the Pope delivered his very first address in which he appealed to the world's powerful and praying for the miracle of global peace. And then, on Monday, we wake up to the news that India and Pakistan have pulled back from the brink of war and agreed to a ceasefire. The United States and China met in Switzerland and finally agreed to a deal, and both of them will now reduce their tariffs by 114%. The Kurdish military group PKK announced plans to disarm and dissolve after 40 years of fighting with Turkey, which has ended the lives of over 40,000 people. The United States met with Iran and both committed to finding ways to address their differences. And then finally, a number of European leaders gathered in Ukraine to deliver Russia an ultimatum: agree to an unconditional 30-day ceasefire or face massive new sanctions. And then, last night, for the first time in years, Putin has offered to meet Zelensky face-to-face this week in Turkey, an offer that Trump urged Zelensky to immediately accept. All of that, one weekend. So the question is, was the Pope poping, or would this all have happened regardless?
Oh, careful.
Okay.
You right?
Oh, wait. Okay.
Okay.
I immediately shouted down the drive to my wife and said, "You've got to call the police. I think we've got someone who's sneaked under the bike cover and tried to get into the country." The police came and took the person away. We were interviewed, and then literally we heard nothing else probably for several months, and then all of a sudden we get a letter through the door from UK Border Force and said we've been fined £1,500.
Okay, this is what happens when you have an asshole for a brother that buys your son's 4th birthday gift by himself, because clearly my sister-in-law would not buy this. Dad's little pecker. And yes, notice who it's written and illustrated by. Dad has a little pecker. He plays with it all day. He takes it with him everywhere. He puts it on display. Mom loves his little pecker, but she doesn't understand why he always has his little pecker in his hand. He holds it while he's mowing. He holds it while he drives. He holds it while he's shaving. It's a wonder it survives. He takes it out at parties. At least that's what I've heard. He tells Mom I can't help it. People love my little bird. They get in lots of trouble when they're playing hide and seek. His pecker always wants to try to hide behind Mom's cheek. She doesn't seem to like it. She doesn't think it's fun. She said he's almost lost it when it snuck inside her buns. Then there was the time that Dad and Pecker made a cake. Pecker spilled the batter and it startled Mom awake. She said, "Go put your bird away. It's causing too much stress. I always have to clean up when your pecker makes a mess." Dad said, "I'll take it to the den and we won't make a peep. I'll just be in there stroking it until it falls asleep." Oh, Mom said I'm going crazy, being driven up the walls. You're playing with your pecker. You're playing. Oh, it's just so bad. It's so bad. I had to make Crew stop reading it out loud because I hadn't read it before she started reading it. Oh.
We now return to Ethiopian hoarders. I don't know how it got like this.
Radiation right into your brain. You're going to want to show your kids this video. This is wireless earphones, 22, 23, it was even up to 35 a second ago. This is the amount of radiation going directly into her brain. Now look at this. As I come further away, you can see it dropping, 0.1, 0.2. But let's look at wired earphones. All right, what do they have? 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.3, virtually nothing. 140 times, I think that's 150, 160 times the amount of radiation with wireless earphones versus wired. Show your kids, hey, not worth it. You know the studies are showing that radiation is causing cancer? It's not my opinion, it's fact. Share the video.
A school in Texas is turning heads with its bold approach to education. At Alpha School, students spend 2 hours a day learning with AI teachers. The artificial intelligence adapts its lessons to each student, providing one-on-one personalised education. So what happens after after those 2 hours are done? Well, the rest of the day is all about real-world skills, from tying shoelaces to learning how to swim and solving 100-piece puzzles. And the results are surprising. Students are scoring in the top 1 to 2% nationally, with the results so strong the model is expanding to states including Florida, California and New York.
Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. I just did an interview with a guy that got prostate cancer in 2019, scheduled his surgery in April. COVID makes it so that he can't get the surgery done, so he moves the surgery into the summer of 2020. In February, he starts taking fenbendazole, which is a dog dewormer medication. And by the time that his surgery is scheduled in the summer, they can't find the cancer anymore. His PSA levels, which is what measures prostate cancer, has gone from like an 11 to a 3 or a 4. And so he cancels the surgery, and it's been 5 years since that first diagnosis of prostate cancer, and the cancer's never come back. He quit taking fenbendazole in 2022. He actually just wrote a book, Finding Fenbendazole, Roger Rasmussen, on his journey through prostate cancer, and it's very science-backed. It's a great resource guide if you or someone you love is facing any type of cancer.
East County Kildare, Ireland this morning, and it was the same yesterday morning and many other mornings. Nice, sunny, clear sky. Give this about an hour and the sun will be dim. This is affecting plant growth and will affect our food production. And it's no longer a conspiracy theory, but this has been officially accepted in the UK as a means of climate control.
We have been cooling down for the last 4,000 years. So if people say, oh, the planet's warming, well, it's all about when you start the measurements. If we look at the last 38 years, there has been no change in temperature. If we look in the last 150 years, we've had 3 warming periods and 3 cooling periods with a total warmth of about 0.6 degrees Celsius. Now, I wonder why it warms. I mean, 1850, what happened then? Oh, yes, that was the end of the Little Ice Age. Do you think it's going to warm or cool after a Little Ice Age? Of course it's going to warm. So if you start taking measurements from 1850 in the Industrial Revolution, we have been warming. If you take measurements from the medieval warming, we've been cooling. We've cooled about 5 degrees since then. If you take measurements from the Roman warming, we've cooled about 5 degrees. So as soon as someone tells you, oh, it's warming, the reply you give is, since when?